Well, good morning. I am here. I'm Roxanne Wheeler, doTERRA Wellness Advocate, and I am here to help everybody understand the value of vitality and the true worth of vitamins because many people do not understand what goes into their vitamins. Our health starts out with digestion. And without it, we're not going to be in very good shape. So doTERRA has come up with a wellness pyramid, and they truly believe, as the science does, that nutrition and digestion are the foundation of our wellness. And from there, we can then move our bodies and metabolize what we are eating. We can rest, manage stress, reduce toxicity, and take good care of ourselves in many other ways. But nutrition and digestion are foremost. So what does this mean? It means way more than just eating healthy. A lot of people I know will say, well, I eat healthy. And when you stop to think about it, maybe it's not so healthy. 9 out of 10 of the most impactful risk factors that we have to our wellness are tied to poor nutrition. 9 out of 10, that's huge. So what happens when our daily nutritional requirements are not met? Well, we can get worse if we have something going on already, and that can be hard. We can have bones that are not strong and can lead to worse problems. We can have heart and blood vessel issues, and a lot more can happen. Hormones can get way out of whack. And of course, many people want to have children or are dealing with the afterlife of having children. And so hormones are huge. Low energy. Low energy is a huge reason that I am very careful about my eating and my supplements. And of course, our metabolism can be hugely impacted when our daily nutrients are not met. And you know what? For a long time, we've been breeding the nutrition right out of our food because, 10,000 years ago, apples looked like they did here in the bottom left part of this screen, and they had 100 times more phytonutrients back then. But since then, 50 to 100 years ago, we've been taking the nutrients out of our food. And for what reason? For profit and to get food to more people faster. So digestive health, that's where we're going to start talking today. Digestive health is really going to interplay with 4 key parts of our life. One is how much water we drink. That is critical to having good digestive health. We also want to make sure and eat lots of fruits and vegetables. The author of Fiber Fueled, and I can't remember his name right now, but anyway, he told us in that book that one thing we can do is aim for getting at least 30 different fruits and vegetables in our diet every week. And I wonder if you add up your fruits and vegetables, if you're going to hit that mark. We know that digestive health supports our microbiome, and our microbiome supports our digestion. And of course, moving regularly, and I call motion lotion, moving regularly not only speeds up our circulation and gets nutrients to our cells and moves waste products out of our cells, but it will definitely help how well we are eliminating. And elimination is big because when we don't eliminate, normally we are building up toxins in our blood, in our cells, and then we know what can happen from there. So doTERRA has come up with a foundational wellness package or system to support our good nutrition and digestion, because it's not just about eating healthy, it's about being sure what you're eating and what you're taking in for supplements gets absorbed and gets utilized by our cells. So the VMG, the E Omega Plus, and the PB Restore are the three parts of this wellness foundational package. In the VMG Plus, which is a new powder vitamin, and basically I just finished mine and was rinsing my container and to drink that up so I get all the yumminess out of everything. So I hope you could hear that, Linda. Can you give me a thumbs up if you could hear that? Good, that's great. And so within that VMG Plus, we have a nutrition blend that comes from plants, and it includes vitamins, minerals, and essential cofactors. And those cofactors are really important in terms of digestion and absorption. We also have another blend called the Superfood Blend, and that is filled with phytonutrients, antioxidants, again, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. So look at all those fruits and vegetables in there. Can you see why I love the VMG Plus? Because it's getting me very close to that 30 fruits and vegetables. I'm getting it every single day, not to mention the week. So goji berries, elderberry, spinach, kale, celery, spirulina, purslane, Brussels sprouts, chlorella. There's all kinds of wonderful pieces to that superfood blend. Then we have another blend called the Cellular Support Blend, and that's got more things in it that I think some of you may even be buying separately. And these are all included in the VMG Plus. Things like L-methionine, coenzyme Q10, ginkgo, ginger, turmeric, N-acetylcysteine, those kinds of things which are certainly on our shelves that most of us are looking at seriously. Then we've got the biotransformation blend, again, with some key things that a lot of us pay extra for, and they will provide us with gut-healthy microfibers, antioxidant-rich compounds, and aromatic acids that have anti-inflammatory properties. So things like pea protein, that's what was in my smoothie this morning. So bromelain, protease, papain. And so those things are going to be helping to break down our food and help us absorb it. So VMG Plus of bioavailability is what makes it unique. And it's based on these 5 things. We're going to go over each one of those. Essential oils, that blend of essential oils, and there are 5 in there, are really to help our cells absorb and use what is in the vitamins as well as what is in our daily diet. So lavender, ginger, lemongrass, wild orange, and peppermint all help with that digestion. And there are whole food vitamins that make up the VMG Plus. Liposomal technology, that's very special because it is going to make these vitamins 10 times more absorbable than standard vitamins. Liposomes are little balls of fat, literally, but this is cutting edge technology that doTERRA has used in order to protect the vitamins themselves. They encapsulate them in the little liposomes, and that way they are protected along the digestive tract so they're not broken down too quickly and they reach the right place for proper absorption. And of course, all of our cells have a lipid cell membrane, and that's one reason why liposomes help our vitamins get into our cells so beautifully. And of course, there are digestive enzymes and probiotics in the VMG Plus. And the VMG Plus enzymes are really good, and we're going to be talking more about those. And we also have the methylated B vitamins that helps us with anyone who has MTHFR gene mutation, which I'll be explaining. Now, the E omega plus is the essential fatty acid complex that delivers 900 milligrams of EPA and DHA to support our foundational health. And these are key fatty acids that we cannot make otherwise. We have to get them in a supplement. And so why are they so good? E omega plus is unique in that it has wild orange essential oil in each soft gel. And these fatty acids are sourced from wild caught fish, making up a great product to help our heart, our joints, our inflammatory response, which we want to be healthy and not over inflammatory. We know that E omega plus really helps the brain and nervous system, our digestion, our respiratory system, and our skin. So when we take a daily supplement for probiotics, what are we doing? Well, the PB Restore is very unique looking, and I'll show you what the little capsule looks like right here. It's very unique looking. It's a capsule in a capsule. So in the green inner capsule are the probiotics. In the outer capsule are the prebiotics, and then postbiotics help us, as well as the phages or the macrophages that people are labeling them as. So doTERRA's PB Restore Probiome Complex promotes a positive balance and reproduction of beneficial bacteria. We want them to keep multiplying within our bodies. So what was in that little capsule in the capsule? Well, there are 30 bioactive components made up of 24 probiotic strains that are all named here on the screen, between Bifidobacterium, Lactobacillus, Streptococcus thermophilus. There's all kinds of them in there. And also we have our prebiotics that are our short chain fructooligosaccharides, which feed the probiotics. And that's the clear part of the capsule within the capsule. And then the postbiotic will be the result of the probiotics acting on our food and producing metabolites, which are again essential for digestion and for healthy cell function. And then we've got 4 phages, which are literally viruses, that they're healthy viruses that clean up the trash of the bad bacteria and other things that don't belong inside of us. So this foundational wellness bundle, again, is the VMG Plus, the E omega Plus, and the Restore are hitting us right where we need them to help us at that basic foundational level of nutrition and digestion. So how do we use these products? Who's it for? It's for anybody that can swallow um, the uh, the soft gels. Number one, the soft gels are a little bit bigger than our previous soft gels, but you know what? These you can bite and chew, and I eat them like a gummy. And to me, they taste a little bit like a gummy. They have an orange flavor. They do not have any kind of fishy taste or smell about them at all. You will not get fish burps from these E Omega Plus. And so even children can use these products, and you would dose them according to size. So probably a 12-year-old and up could take a full dose, and children who can swallow the capsules can certainly have a half dose. Okay. And when should you take it? The best time to take it is when you think of it. But for me, I happen to take mine very first thing in the morning because I want to kind of jumpstart my whole day with my VMG Plus, my Omegas, and my Restore. And so first thing I do is I get up, I mix them up in my water. It only takes 5 to 8 ounces of water to stir them up. And actually, right now, when people are ordering the Foundational Wellness Bundle, they can get a free glass shaker bottle as well as a small peppermint. Now, I believe that is for people who are ordering it for the first time. So I'd have to double check that, but I do know all people starting out in doTERRA now who order the product will get the glass shaker bottle and the free peppermint. You can combine it with other products, like I always add my Advantage powder, which looks like this. I always add this to my VMG Plus because I love how that helps me, and I'll be talking more about that later in this class. And I also take the recharge at the same time. So I'm kind of combining everything all at once. And you know what? When you stack the foundational wellness products with your own solutions for whatever else is going on in your wellness picture, then you're really going to get wonderful results. Now, I don't happen to take my VMG Plus with food, but you can take it with food certainly. And I usually have it within an hour or so of having my food. So this is an example of the foundational wellness up-leveled. I happen to use all of these products every single day. And on the left side, you can see the frankincense boswellic acid capsules, which I absolutely love. You take 1 capsule per day, and it looks unique too. Let me see if I've got one to show you here. I do not think I brought that with me. No, I did not. So it looks a little odd because it looks like there are little tiny, tiny, tiny balls in there, and that is actually the boswellic acid. I think it's in liposomal technology as well. And then we've got the MetaPower Advantage collagen powder, which is on the right side of the screen, as well as the Terrazyme enzyme complex. So what are enzymes? Enzymes are those necessary elements, I'm not sure what better word to use, that will help digest and absorb different parts of our diet. So there's going to be enzymes in there for gluten, for dairy, for sugar, for meats, for fats. And there's 10 total enzymes in each bottle. Now, there are some enzymes in the VMG plus, but there's only enough enzymes in there to actually break down what's in the VMG plus. The Terrazyme Digestive Enzyme Complex is a great product to have on hand for whenever you're not eating raw food. When we eat raw foods, we are getting the enzymes that naturally are there in the food. But whenever we cook our food, freeze it, can it, or in another way, process it, we are destroying those enzymes. So then we lose that advantage of being able to break them down easily. And that's what will result in upset stomach, bloating, gas, different digestive issues. So whenever you're going to be eating a non-raw food meal, then you would want to take between 1 and 3 of the Terrazyme capsules, and they're very easy to swallow, easy to carry too. So when we want to look good, we want to feel good, right? From the inside out. And if we're looking good, hopefully we are feeling good. So what does that mean? Well, I know for me, it means using this collagen powder, the MetaPower Advantage Collagen Powder. And it is filled with excellent ingredients that many people are paying extra for. So one thing that people often are paying for are things to help cut down their cravings or their appetite. And we have that MetaPower Metabolic Blend, which is about 11 o'clock on the clock as you're looking at the screen. It is 5 oils that are proven to be highly effective for cutting cravings and appetite and making you kind of feel full longer. And we've got resveratrol, which a lot of people are buying separately. And then we've got other antioxidants, which are helping our digestion and metabolism as well. We've got vitamin C, liposomal vitamin C, which is great for stimulating the biosynthesis of collagen. And collagen is the most prominent among our proteins in our body. And collagen is what makes up our muscles, our tissues. It helps us heal. It helps our bones. It helps our thinking, vision, and so forth. And so there's also biotin in this MetaPower Advantage. And this is great for helping us use healthy fats, carbs, and amino acids, as well as supporting our hair, skin, and nails. I know myself, I have to cut my nails frequently now because of my VMG Plus as well as my MetaPower Advantage. And a lot of people use hyaluronic acid. We know what that is for nicer skin. I know my skin feels extra soft since I began using this product. And then we've got the anti-aging components of this product called NMN and NADH5, which help in what they've shown in preclinical studies for anti-aging benefits. And so we can literally reverse some of our aging when we use this MetaPower Advantage. And of course, the marine collagen is hydrolyzed. There are 9 hydrolyzed collagens in here out of the 28 that exist in our body, but 9 come in this package, which most collagens on the market only have between 1 and 3 collagens, and mostly they are not hydrolyzed. So what happens is those collagens are kind of surging through the body, looking for a place to land and help. And a lot of them don't get really utilized that much. So these hydrolyzed collagens actually know where to go in the body. And so I think that's one reason why my brain has responded so well to this advantage, because I noticed within a couple of weeks of starting to use it, I had better memory, which is huge at my age. Frankincense boswellic acid complex is a very unique product now. we've had frankincense oil for all the times that the company has been in existence, now going on 17 years. But you've never been able to get boswellic acid complex until now. And so doTERRA found a way to retrieve it from the steam distillation process in order to make this possible for us to swallow and benefit from, because it's such a healthy cell cycling product, and it helps so much with our inflammatory response to keep that normal and healthy, as well as be very antioxidizing. You know, every single thing we do, we are oxidizing. Every time we take a breath, we're talking, we're walking, we're cooking, we're having sex, we're cleaning our house. It doesn't matter what we're doing, we are oxidizing, which means we are creating some free radicals. That's part of the oxidation process. And it makes it like we're rusting from the inside out. And so we need to take antioxidants to get rid of those free radicals. Otherwise, we end up with some serious wellness issues. And so that's one reason I personally really appreciate this frankincense boswellic acid complex. And it has a standardized 60% AKBA in it from Boswellia resin. And on that wellness pyramid that we talked about earlier, doTERRA has positioned many products to help us at each level. So we've been talking about the nutrition and digestion. We've talked a little bit about metabolism now with the Advantage. And then there are going to be other products as well that we'll be talking about to help us with our rest, stress, and toxicity. So I'm not sure all of you got it, but I did attach with the latest reminder for this class a wellness lifestyle assessment, and it is digital. So all you have to do is open it up on your computer and you can fill in your answers right there. And this will be highly telling of where you want to focus your wellness goals. And a lot of us don't understand. Sometimes we do have, you know, people will say to me, oh, I'm healthy, I have no issues. But then when they start answering some questions, we know that there are indeed issues that have come to their attention. So you want to fill that out for sure, either before this class or right after the class so that we can talk about it. So why do we choose essential oils? Why are essential oils even part of this vitamin class? Well, partly because the essential oils are a key reason that the components of the supplements work so well. So essential oils, there are three big reasons why people choose essential oils as part of their wellness lifestyle approach. One is that they are so safe. doTERRAs are so safe. They have benefits without side effects. And isn't that a wonderful thing when you look at all the ads on TV for so many chemically derived solutions and all those horrific side effects you hear about over the TV sound waves. Essential oils have amazing wellness benefits. And if you want to ask me sometime personally, I know for myself, they gave me personally amazing benefits because I'd had a near fatal brain event that left me for 3 years with no energy. I could not sleep. I cried at everything. I was afraid of everything. I was useless at 5 p.m. And my sister suggested I try taking the doTERRA vitamins. And I said, why? She said, because they'll make you feel better. That's all she said. And I said, well, I've got to ask my neurologist because meds are what caused my event. So the neurologist said, yes, go ahead. There's nothing to be worried about in these vitamins. In less than 2 months, I had energy. I was no longer crying at everything. I could sleep every night, which was a first for me. And I felt like myself. In fact, people were stopping me and saying, wow, what happened, Roxanne? Your old you is back. And I didn't know I had gone away, but for 3 years, I was not myself, didn't look like myself. I looked very flat and looked very sad and depressed, which nobody's going to tell you that. But for me, these are a no-brainer. And the oils that doTERRA markets are tested thoroughly in a special testing regimen of 54 different tests. And this testing protocol is called CPTG, Certified Pure Tested Grade. And when an oil gets that distinction after all the testing, it means it is pure and it's potent. And that's one reason why it is so safe. There's nothing else, no additives, no pesticides. Nothing could have blown in from a farm 3 miles away and gotten into this oil. So that's one reason we can feel assured that they are entirely safe and safe for any age. I know newborn babies who've been anointed right after coming out of their mom with frankincense on their forehead. Number 2, we choose doTERRA essential oils because they are effective. These oils effectively address the foundations of well-being. One reason is because they can get inside of our cells. So if you take your hand and make a fist, let's pretend that fist is a cell. All around the cell is a membrane, a fatty membrane, which oils can get through. Other things cannot. Chemically created solutions cannot get inside the cell. And we know that certain bad things get right into our cells. And so that's one reason why certain medications will not work for certain issues in our life. And that's one reason why the doctor will look at you and say, just go home and rest and take care of yourself. And that's all you can do from his viewpoint or from her viewpoint. So these oils are effective. In fact, this has happened to me more than once because I tend to go to the pool a lot. My ear will be aching and I'll think, what can help that? And I'll look in my resources and I will find a couple of oils that can help. And I'll put lavender around my ear, the outside of the ear, and I'll put tea tree around the outside of my ear. I'll put a little cotton ball inside my ear for the night, and then I will go to bed and I will sleep and rest. And by the morning, generally, my ear is not a problem anymore. That's how simple and effective they can be. And as far as being affordable, those 4 drops total are less than $1. And if we use the traditional medical solution rate of getting ourselves well, that involves generally a call to the doctor, taking time off work, which may cost us, driving to the doctor, spending that time there, getting that prescription, because that's generally what healthcare providers do with us, is give us a prescription. We have to go to the pharmacy, more driving, more time involved, more co-pays for the office visit as well as for the pharmacy. And then there will likely be side effects from that solution, which will then need to kind of repeat the process, go back to the doctor and say, that's not working for me. And you know what? When something doesn't work from the doctor, we don't just give up and say, well, then no medication at all would ever work. Instead, they'll say, well, try this, and we'll try something else. It's the same thing with essential oils. If one oil won't work for a person, there are usually several others that will work. So they are very affordable and they can save us a lot of money. And you know what? doTERRA is committed to sourcing the best and helping the most people. And with over 140 oils in their product line, doTERRA sources oils from over 45 countries, more than half of which would be considered developing countries. And what they do is they help those small scale farmers and harvesters in disadvantaged areas to be treated ethically and having on-time fair wages and helping their communities actually through co-impact sourcing, meaning that doTERRA helps them and they're helping us with each oil that they can produce. So every bottle we buy is helping a small scale farmer and distiller and a harvester in that part of the world. So it is definitely something that doTERRA is very proud of doing. And we don't just buy a bunch of farms and go mass production on anything. So how do we use these oils? Well, one way we can use them is by smelling them. We can breathe them in to create a specific environment. Like I've got an oil right now that is going in my diffuser in the next room that is very calming and very balancing. And so we can also actually cleanse our air when we diffuse the oils. And when we diffuse the oils, we're literally allowing everyone in the room to have the benefit of them all at the same time without any effort on their part. And aromatically is the quickest way we get the oils into our cells in order for the cells to benefit. And we can also just smell it directly from the bottle too. So we can smell it, put it on diffuser jewelry and so forth. Secondly, we can use our oils topically, and that means putting them on the skin in order to receive localized benefits. So I woke up this morning and my low back was talking to me. So right away, I grabbed a blend I have of 8 oils that I highly treasure. And I rubbed it all around the low part of my back. And within probably 15, 20 minutes at the most, my back was fine. And we can also enjoy a personalized aroma by either enjoying a single oil or a blend of oils. And we can dilute those oils with fractionated coconut oil to get the absolute best results. When we dilute them and cover them with a Band-Aid or clothing or bedding, we're literally getting 75% of what that oil can give us. And then we can use them internally. Internally, we can ingest them with a little bit of water. I call that an oil shot. Or we can add it to a veggie cap. Or we can place it under the tongue. Or in the case of frankincense, I will do a thumb drop, which means I take the cover off the bottle. I put my thumb over the top, tip it back. That little bit I get on my thumb is called a thumb drop. It's not even a full drop. I'll push it to the roof of my mouth, hold it there for 30 seconds, and that gets right into the brain immediately for helping my brain function really well. So we can use oils aromatically, topically, and internally. And of course, we're using some internal oils in our VMG Plus, as well as our E Omega Plus. So peppermint oil is a wonderful oil that I rely on myself for breathing support as well as digestively. I know if I'm going to be a passenger in any kind of vehicle, I put a drop of peppermint right underneath my nose and I never have the queasies anymore. So peppermint is great for that. And Deep Blue Soothing Blend is a wonderful oil that I thought I brought it out here. Yes, I did. This is a wonderful oil. It has 83 drops in this bottle, and it is great for soothing any aches on our muscles, on our joints, and it's very, very cooling to the body, as well as feeling very comforting. And that's a blend of different oils. And it's midnight blue, by the way. Lemon is another favorite in our home because I use it in cooking. I use it for cleaning. I use it for my digestion. And in fact, I always seem to put it in my smoothie because I know that things will just go down better. And it's very uplifting and very brightening to a mood as well as um, a home. The Breathe oil is what it does. It helps anything respiratory. And so we're putting that in our diffuser every night for quieter sleeping, as well as to keep our airways open. On Guard is our big protective blend, and that's the one we are relying on to stay healthy. And so we take a soft gel every morning. And when we know we're going to be in a crowd or in a bus, on a bus, a plane, in a movie theater, in a restaurant where there are lots of people where germs can be spread easily, we'll take a second one at night. Or as my husband was starting to feel unwell last week, he was taking one every 3 or 4 hours until he felt better. And he felt better much quicker that way. So it's also very uplifting and very energizing. And you can even put one drop in a small bowl of water that you cut up apples. Let it soak for half an hour, and you've got an easy way to get your On Guard into you that day too. Very, very strong for supporting our immune function. Digestin is a wonderful digestive blend. And of course, anyone who gets their wholesale account started this month with the Foundational Wellness bundle can get a free Digestin this month. It's the product of the month. And so when you order either the VMG Plus and Omegas or get the whole bundle that includes the Restore, you can get this month. And it's going to help reduce gas, indigestion, any kind of refluxing up kind of thing. If you're burping, you're refluxing. So basically, it's going to help with that too. Digestive blend. And if somebody's stomach is upset, I would not necessarily take this internally, but I would rub it on the belly. Rub it on the belly. It'll work beautifully. Frankincense, I already said, is the God oil. It is so key for healthy cells. And if you can translate what I'm talking about with healthy cells, you know what this is really good for. And this is great for comforting. It's very good for sad or anxious feelings. And it's going to help maintain a healthy immune system as well. Lavender is another one of our favorite oils, and lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils. It can do more than any other single oil can do. It's very soothing, especially to the skin. Every time I reach into my oven to take out a pan, I invariably touch my arm on the hot oven rack, and so then I'm rushing to the cold water and then applying lavender immediately, and it doesn't even leave a mark. So lavender is also great for soothing anxious feelings. It's really good for helping people relax and sleep easier. And it's really good for so many other things, supportive to the skin especially. Tea tree is a famous oil that is highly cleansing and rejuvenating to the skin. It's also going to soothe any irritated skin. Like I would put a drop of that on any kind of itchy place that I had. And it's also going to give you a fresh aroma. Oregano oil is a powerful hot oil. This is one I would never put directly under my tongue. If you do it once, you will never do it again, which I have done it. So oregano oil, you can use it in cooking. A single drop can flavor an entire pot of spaghetti sauce that you're making. It's very highly cleansing and purifying, and it's also good for digestion when used internally, and has powerful antioxidants as well. Copaiba is one of my absolute favorites because it affects so many systems. It affects the cardiovascular, immune, digestive, and nervous systems profoundly. And so I am actually using the soft gels, are pictured here, the soft gels every night before I go to bed. And it's got a powerful antioxidant benefit, and it's very soothing to sad and anxious feelings as well. Serenity soft gels are another nightly for me, because I tend to think too much, and sometimes it's very, very hard to turn off my mind, but that is what these were invented for, to help calm the mind, calm the monkey mind chatter, and help us be able to sleep in a healthy way, because sleep is so critical to our wellness. If you're not sleeping well, you're not going to be healthy, you're not going to be well. And some people who brag they only need 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night are paying the price and don't know it yet. It's not showing up yet. But these are very relaxing, and you will not be groggy. You will not be unsteady on your feet, even taking 2 of these at bedtime. And I've done that too when I've had especially stressful or busy mental evenings. I will take 2 of these to go to bed. And I can get up and use the toilet in the middle of the night and have no problem. And one of the reasons that it's so good is because it now contains tart cherry, and that got updated, I'm going to say a year ago, perhaps. Or no, maybe it was September. It makes it easier to stay asleep and to fall asleep more quickly, as well as improve the quality of your sleep, because tart cherry is a natural source of melatonin, which if you're buying the medicinal kind of melatonin, typically they need increases in dosing and frequency and amounts. Adaptive capsules. This is another one of my daily, another daily that I use. Adaptive capsules are super for stress as well as focus. And so adaptive can help you deal with any level of stress. If it's one big bad stress, or if it is a lot of little tiny stresses, which all add up because our mind does not know the difference between a small stress and a large stress. So what happens is we get sending out cortisol from our adrenal glands every time we're stressed, and that can really make us pay a bad price too. So the adaptive is great for that, and it helps us to adapt to any situation, and it helps our cognition and our emotional balance. So whenever you get a doTERRA product, we wellness advocates want to make sure that you know how to use it. We are not happy if you don't know how to use all of your oils fully. And so that's one of the things that we wellness advocates do. Now, the VMG Plus is a great value. If you look at the left side of the screen, you can see all the components and the price tag typically for those components if you're buying them all separately, which a bunch of you probably are. And yet that would add up to about $250 for a 30-day supply for all those components: iron, calcium, antioxidants, vitamin C, methylated B vitamins, green superfood powders, and a multivitamin. But in the VMG Plus, you're paying $89.50 wholesale. And I think it's a no-brainer there, isn't it? Why would you want to pay $250 and have to take all these different things when a simple powder could help you? There are many ways to save with doTERRA. When you get started with your wholesale account, you are getting 25% off retail prices with every purchase for your year. And when you get started, you place 100 PV starter order, you will get free shipping. You will also get, if your order totals 150 PV, and that means product value, it's doTERRA's global economy, so that 1 PV in America would be equal to 1 PV in Japan, would be equal to 1 PV in France, yet the currency would be different. So that's what PV means. And you get a free gift. And also, having your own wholesale account, you could then share your refer a friend link with anybody and earn yourself some doTERRA dollars that would help pay for any part of future orders. That sounds very good to me too. So you want to customize your journey. Start out with your foundational wellness products. Then, based on your wellness lifestyle assessment, you can add solutions to close the gaps for 2 to 3 areas identified by that assessment. You don't have to jump in and solve everything at once. You can start out with 1 or 2 things, and then you want to schedule a wellness consult with the advocate who got you started. The best way to get the most out of what doTERRA has to offer is their rewards program. And with that initial order, you can literally check off a product or 2 that you might order again next month and get started on your rewards right from the get-go with your initial order. So what do the rewards do? They help you qualify for exclusive promotions. They earn you points, which can be used for free products. And if you are a person like myself who is earning money with doTERRA, it helps you qualify to earn commissions. So the rewards program is super special. And I know myself, I've been at the 30% level now since my first year. So every time I place 100 PV order, I'm literally getting back 30 points, which translates into $30 I can use on future orders. So for me, it's very, very rewarding, and it's very easy to use, unlike my Verizon reward points that I must have 3 billion of and have no idea how to use them. Now, before we leave this class today, I want to just go over the 3 types of people who are drawn to this kind of a class. The customer is the person who has some issues and would like to solve them. And they also are thinking, geez, you know what? My mom could probably use this too. The sharer is the person who is more gung-ho and thinks, oh my gosh, my book club needs to know about this, or my Y Zumba class needs to know about this. They're going to want to share with many people. And then the builder is the person like myself who wants to replace part or all of her income. So there are 3 types of people, and I'm hoping that you will decide which type of person you are. And let me know if you are a sharer or a builder, because I would want to work with you and help you achieve your goals too. So you're going to look and see what you think you might like and check out your wellness possibilities. There is my address for my website, and there is my QR code for my website. If you take your camera and just point your camera right at that QR code, it'll take you to my page. But of course, if you've got your own, if you have your own wellness advocate you're working with, you want to go to their page, certainly. We don't want to poach anybody else's customers. And you can always text me or call me or email me. I'm at 207 807-6203. My email is tchrn@maine.rr.com. And it stands for Teacher RN because I was a long time hospice nurse and a health educator all of my teaching career. So I want to thank you so much. And I am going to turn the share off. And I'm going to turn off the recording. Thank you so much. And I hope that you will do the lifestyle assessment and get back to me as soon as possible. Thanks so much.